I am here with Brett Leitner today from Caliber Home Loans. Thank you, Brett, for sitting down with me.
Thank you, Jessica.
We are sitting in his beautifully remodeled home, so thank you for allowing us to come. Today's topic is refinancing. So I've gotten a lot of questions about this. Not everybody is looking to sell right now, and one very good option is refinancing. And we have his lovely husky playing with the chew toy right below us. And so we're going to discuss who refinancing is right for, what the options are that you can do when you refinance your home, and then what the process is for anybody looking to get into it. So who is it right for?
Really, anybody that has a mortgage, that already owns a property, an income property, a rental property, an apartment building, or a home that has a rate higher than 3.5% can refinance most likely into a lower rate. They'd have to call and we'd have to check. But the other reason people refinance is not just for interest rates. So we do refinances for people who are settling a divorce. We do refinances and cash out for people who want to buy a second home, buy an investment property, add a second story, put a kid in college.
Right, so options like Brett just said, but now is a great time because of interest rates for anybody looking to buy an investment property, for people with the cash that want to buy a second home. Just pull the money out and remodel your current home, put a kid through college. There's a lot of options that you can do, whether it's lowering the rate or keeping the same rate and pulling equity out of the property.
That's right.
And then for anybody, if someone were to call you tomorrow and say, I want to refinance, what's the process from start to finish, and about how long does it take?
We usually start with a simple conversation, what they do, what their income is derived from, and discuss if it even makes sense for them to refi. If it looks like it makes sense, we send them an online application. They fill out the online application, they upload their documents into the portal. We're like 90% digital these days. It's almost entirely a paperless process. There's no application fee, there's no upfront fees. The only time there's ever an upfront fee is if there's an appraisal. So we never want an appraisal unless we know we can get you the loan, we know you want the loan, and an appraisal is required. Sometimes it's not required. And they range from $550 to $700
for the appraisal.
All other closing costs can be rolled into the loan, or you can take a higher rate, pay your closing costs, and the process is about as fast as 30 days to 45 days, 60 days for a complicated one.
Okay. But within 60 days, someone could either have a lower rate or pull that money out and use it for something else and take advantage of. Without getting too far into it, can you kind of give us an idea of what's going on with rates so that people know, because we know they were down and then they kind of went back up and now.
Great question. Last week, FHFA, the government agency that manages mortgages, got rid of a half-point penalty on refinances. So, and then on the same day, we had a rally in the bond market, so rates dropped as much as 0.25% in one day. So we're almost back to all-time record lows, even though everybody was fearful record lows were over. We might just be in getting to record low territory again.
For anybody, and this is the same that I deal with every buyer out there, thinking that things are going to change and stuff is going to drop, and the same thing with people refinancing. Do you think rates are going to go lower, or is now a good time? They're already so low.
I would never try to time it thinking they're going to go lower, because if they go lower, you're almost so close to the bottom, they could only go a tiny bit lower, where if they go up, they could go up a lot. So my prediction is I think rates are going to stay low for a while, but even if rates go up 0.25%, to me, that's still very low.
Right, compared to what we've seen. Even if you're refinancing what people have at 3 and 3.5.
Most people are locking in with a rate that starts with a 2.
Which is ridiculous.
Some are low 2s, some are high 2s.
Yeah, I actually heard a very good quote the other day. I was just talking to another lender the other day, and he mentioned that one of the best investments right now is a home loan, because the rates are so low. That locking in a home loan right now or refinancing for a low rate is one of the best investments.
Some people are refinancing and locking in the rate in the 2s, and then reinvesting in something where they're maybe another investment property or something where they're earning much higher yields.
Right. So we kind of already touched on it, but is there any downside for anybody who owns a property to look into refinancing?
There's no downside to look into it. It's a free process, no obligation.
Like you said, it's a quick phone call with you to see if it's right, and then it's an automated system, and before you ever pay for an appraisal or closing costs, you can decide if it's right for you, but you could potentially have multiple options with lower rate or pulling money out, qualifying for an investment property if you do look into it.
That's it. Thanks, Jessica.
Awesome. Thank you so much for you guys, for everybody watching. And as I always say, please share this video. There's a lot of people who just aren't sure of what's going on in the market, whether it be an elderly family member or just family or friends. And I try to be a resource for everybody, and Brett's always really great about helping me with that. And so please share this with anybody who might be interested in refinancing or could use some help. And we are here to help. Thank you so much for watching, and Brett, thank you as always for sitting down with me.
Appreciate it.